Okay, here we are by St. Augustine's Catholic Church, and just want to get a clip of you over here commenting on the second coming. You believe the Bible speaks about a second coming of Christ, right?
Yes.
And so how you feel about that? Where do we stand right now? Do you get any sense? We're not supposed to know the day or the hour, according to the Bible, right? But
right.
Do you get any kind of sense about, think it's just not going to show, or what?
Well, I did some research, and when I found that there's 324 prophecies of the coming of Jesus Christ the first time, and every single one of them came true. And being a scientist, a statistician, when 10% of 324 prophecies comes true, it's like a miracle. So if 324 out of 324 come true, to me, that's an awesome miracle. That's got to be from God. So therefore, if the Bible says 324 times the coming of Jesus Christ, it comes exactly as it's predicted, then I would guess that the 500 times or so that I've seen it about the coming of Jesus Christ the second time, then I would guess there's a high probability that he's going to come a second time.
So just going on, like you say, as a statistician, just from a statistical point of view alone, right?
Exactly.
Just based on the predictions that came true already,
yes.
You're saying it's going to come true. You don't feel that God's been tarrying, that he's kind of lingering, things are kind of dragging along? This is already 2007. A lot of people were expecting things to go down, the year 2000 or so, and now it's already 2007. What do you think?
Sometimes it took Moses 40 years before he woke up. And then it took those children of Israel another 40 years before they were willing to wake up and go across the Jordan River. And maybe sometimes for all of us to wake up. See, the Bible says 32 times, wake up!
Your favorite expression, yeah?
Maybe there's a good reason for it. I believe that 4 years ago he told me, wake up! And I woke up. And so now it's my job to go around and suggest I wake up some people. Now, I see that a lot of people are like living in some kind of tomb or some kind of coffin. And so the Lord gives me a knife, an edge, a blade that I can shove in the top of the coffins to try to pry it open, to let some light shine in.
That's your Bible there, right?
And so, yeah, that's the Bible. It's called the sword. Ephesians 6 calls it the sword.
Refers to it as a sword, yeah.
Yeah, so I use the sword to try to give a little light to the people. And it's my way to say, wake up! Maybe we ought to start helping the homeless here in Waikiki. Maybe we ought to start helping the homeless in the United States of America before we start spending billions of dollars in Sri Lanka and Africa. If we're going to tell other countries how to run their countries, maybe it might be a good idea how we start treating our own people with respect.
I still think you might end up being referred to as the patron saint of the homeless one day. And then this very church will recognize you. The Catholic Church will recognize you as a saint one day. Isn't that something?
I
never know.
No desire to be.
Sometime in the distant future, the Catholic Church might recognize you as a saint. The patron saint of the homeless, for helping the homeless.
I don't see myself that. I believe that the Lord is leading me to be involved in somehow some leadership role to end homelessness in the United States of America, because there's something wrong with our society when we treat our homeless with so much disrespect and then go to other countries and try to tell them how to treat their homeless, try to give them food, but we can't even give food to the people outside our own four walls. There's several churches that actually call the police to kick the homeless out because they were peeing on the property. And so I would have opened up that church and let them use the bathroom.
At least this particular church here, they do serve a meal,
yes.
I think every day, right at 11 to 12.
Right.
They have a little lunch thing that they
yes.
a little giveaway. So you got to give them that at least, right?
I give them credit for that.
Give them credit for that, yeah.
But here's a multi-million-dollar church.
Yeah, this church,
giving a little bowl.
St. Augustine's right here. Nice looking church, right?
Yeah.
Big stained glass windows and everything. Copper door right there.
I asked him to help this ministry. Asked him to help this ministry, and myself and the other pastor of this ministry, we came here to meet with the pastor here, and obviously he called up and said, after he made the appointment, he said he was too busy to see us. He had other things that were more important than to see Rodney and myself. So I'm sorry. I see that quite often.
But you do have a few churches that are helping you, right?
Well,
This particular
they're over
church is
10
not.
miles away.
Right. So not a nearby church isn't giving assistance.
No, not a single church. There's 40,000 people in Waikiki, and only 2 families in all of Waikiki donate to this ministry. And I've been doing this for 4 years. I'm out on the street every single day. I see 100 to 200 people every single day. I see I essentially, the Lord seems to be guiding me to shepherd 300 people, different people here in Waikiki, the poorest of the poor.
The homeless themselves are contributing, right, to the ministry with
Yes.
like the hats.
Majority of the
Want to grab one of your hats? And
Yes.
show? Here, these hats right here. Got these hats. A couple of people make these hats.
yes, this one here is made by a homeless Hawaiian. And he's a Hawaiian. He's about 50 years old, and he's still homeless.
Big sombrero.
Right. His
Hawaiian
name is
sombrero.
Kavika. And then these two up here, these were made by a name of Kekumu. And
Yep.
another homeless, well, he's not quite homeless. He's living with his mother, but trying to make enough money to eat. And I usually give him food every day. As a matter of fact, I forgot to give him a sandwich, so on the way back we got to give him one.
All right.